The most interesting part, of course, is the nature of depiction of animals. We have already seen there's a wide depiction of animals on seals and various other material objects. What does the depiction of animals really mean? We see that apart from bulls, most of the animals which are represented, they are wild animals: tiger, rhinoceros, gharial, elephant, etc. So they may have had some shamanistic association. We also see that we have reference to these horned mythical beast which is appearing in many of the seals, and they are open to multiple interpretations. So there are these various seals where you find the inscription on one side, seals, tablets, inscriptions on one side, and on the opposite side there is this mythical horned figure dressed in leaves or depiction of some animal. And these can also be used as reference points to understand the religious beliefs, the religious system of the Harappans. Certain material items which perhaps had some religious association are these ivory rods with dot and circle incisions, talismans. Some of the shell ornaments could have been used as talismans. Then the depiction of drum on some of the seals, cylindrical perforated jars. So these are some of the items which may have had some religious association. You also come across this another kind of horned figure with pigtails sitting in the peepal tree, and this could have been some kind of a spirit who had some association with the religious beliefs. We have already looked at some of these mythical creatures, the so-called Pashupati or figure in yogic posture. So these various figures can be taken as representing past beliefs and customs. You also have these various figures of fish. Animal motifs I've already mentioned. And all these possibly formed a part of a religious system which was primitive or semi-primitive, and this is how we can actually talk about the Harappan religious system. A little too abstract, but there is nonetheless a lot of evidence which does show some indications to past belief and customs. We have already talked about the priest king. Now here one thing to be noted is such labels like the priest king were used by colonial archaeologists, and they are actually reflective of the European attitude towards the Orient, because this might not have been a priest king at all.
If there was such a complex mechanism in a society, there definitely must have been some form of social organization. How was it organized in Indus society?
From whatever idea you have formed about the Harappan civilization, one thing is clear, that there is evidence of, for example, in the nature of organization of space of some of the cities, there is evidence of some kind of difference. So scholars have talked about social segregation based on differences in urban space, like you have the houses with elaborate facilities and the so-called coolie lines. Then you have the material evidence of various distinctive seals which scholars have interpreted as evidence of private property.